Good morning to all of you, and I welcome you to this press conference. It's a privilege to be part of this historic exercise of delimitation. As part of Delimitation Commission, we are really overwhelmed by the participation of various stakeholders in large numbers who provided qualitative input during our interactions. We are here for about 3 days now, and we have interacted with them. And we have taken note of their suggestions, their views, and we will definitely consider all their representations as well as whatever they have expressed to us. As you know, delimitation is a constitutional mandated exercise, and we collectively have been tasked with this onerous work, which we are confident of completing after following due process as laid down in the law. This is our first visit to the UT, and I assure you, it is not our last. We will have to come again to interact with many more people. This process of consultation is a complex exercise, and this commission will take all necessary steps to continue this engagement. This occasion, let me place on record the support and assistance extended by the UT administration and all the concerned officers in making this visit successful. We acknowledge the active participation from all the political parties at Srinagar, Jammu, Anantnag and Kishtwar where we went, and all the DOs and their teams, all of officials facilitated this exercise. As usual, media has been a great support in creating a conducive environment for this process. Lastly, let me thank the Chief Electoral Officer of the UT in putting everything in place for this visit. Now I will request my esteemed colleague, Honorable Chief Election Commissioner, Sri Sushil Chandra, to brief you on the process, delimitation process.
Honorable Chairperson, Justice Desai, my colleague, Honorable Mr. Sharma, State Election Commissioner, and all the friends from media. The delimitation is a complex exercise, but the electoral obviously must perform it periodically to fulfill the requirement of territorial representation and our Constitution and BCS Act. Jammu and Kashmir has a long history of delimitation. In 1951, the then state was having 100 seats as delimited by the delimitation committee. 25 of these seats were for POJK. However, first full-fledged delimitation commission was formed in 1981, which could submit its recommendations after 40 years in 1995, and it was based on 1981 census. Thereafter, no census had taken place. No delimitation. In 2020, this delimitation commission was constituted to carry out the exercise on the basis of census 2011 as per section 62 of the Jammu and Kashmir Act 2019. That is the last available census, and with the mandate to add 7 more seats in the UT and ST seats were also notified. The Delimitation Act 2002 provides the manner of this process. Honorable Supreme Court in its judgment held that delimitation is not a mere mathematical exercise. We can't go on the table talk. It must reflect the political aspiration of a society bound by geography and different topography. As per section 44 of the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Act 2019, it is very clear that 24 seats in the Legislative Assembly of Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir shall remain vacant and shall not be taken into account for reckoning the total numbers of the Assembly. And the said area and the seats shall be excluded in delimiting the territorial constituencies as provided under Part 5 of this Act. Section 61 of the Jammu and Kashmir Act 2019 also specifies the number of seats to be reserved for the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes in the Legislative Assembly having regard to the relevant provisions of the Constitution. This is the first time that this Act that the seats will have to be provided to the scheduled tribes also. In determining these matters, the Commission shall have regard to the following provision, namely, all the constituencies shall be single-member constituencies. All constituencies shall, as far as practicable, be geographically compact areas, and in delimiting them, regard shall have to be made to physical features as the boundaries of the administrative units, facilities of communication, and convenience to the public, meaning thereby that the delimitation will have to be done on the census of 2011. And having regard to the census, the four factors will also have to be considered, which I have mentioned just now. While the current commission was constituted on 6 March 2020, the third member, Mr. S.K. Sharma, the State Election Commissioner, could join only on December 2020. And also COVID situation delayed some work of the Delimitation Commission. During this period, however, the Commission started data collection and map collection related to districts, Tehsil, Patwar, Haridwar. The Chief Electoral Officer of Jammu and Kashmir provided all the details of census 2011, which has also been collected from Registrar General of India. The Commission also invited associate members for this commission. Besides our chairperson and 2 members, has got 5 associate members also. And the Commission also invited associate members for a meeting in February 2021, which was participated by 2 members only. Meanwhile, series of interaction happened with the Deputy Commissioners, DOs, for collection of inputs concerning data, map, and specific concerns related to the delimitation. The Delimitation Commission had virtual meetings with all the DOs and the Deputy Commissioners of Jammu and Kashmir regarding the concerns and regarding the data verification. After going through the data and input provided by the DOs, DCs, some important issues related to the existing administrative matters have been noticed. During this visit, the Commission has been provided more feedback. Some of these are, which I would like to share with media, that in 1995, it was 12 districts, which has gone up to 20 now. At that time, when the last delimitation was done, it was only 12 districts, and now the number of districts have gone to 20. Number of tehsils have gone up from 58 to 270. In 12 districts, constituency boundaries are extended beyond district's limit. 88 tehsils are distributed in more than one DC. So there is an overlapping of the districts as well as the tehsils in the constituencies. Even some Patwari circles are also distributed in more than one DC. Even one village village is also divided in more than one DC. All such facts indicate that public face inconvenience on ground due to such anomalies. Thereafter, the Commission also decided to visit Jammu and Kashmir for first-hand ascertaining appreciation of data and the concerns of all stakeholders. In these 4 days, this is the 4th day when we are here in Jammu and Kashmir, the Commission not only visited 4 different locations, but also offered opportunities to various sections of the societies, besides local bodies, representatives, NGOs, civil society organizations, recognized and unrecognized political parties. We had meetings at Srinagar, we had meetings in Pahalgam, we also had meetings in Kishtwar, and we had meetings in Jammu. And in Srinagar and Jammu, in both the places, the Commission had meetings up to 10:30 p.m. because of overwhelming response from various organizations. The Commission met more than 290 groups of the people, including recognized political parties, registered parties, local bodies, civil society, and these groups of 290 groups were consisting of something around 800 persons. So during these 3 days, the Commission had met more than 290 groups comprising of something around 800 persons in person we are working. That shows the overall response and the overall which these groups have made. Because we have heard in person to them and we came to know certain more inputs given by them. Number one, they are quite happy to participate in the deliberative process. First time people from ground have been given opportunity to put forward their views in deliberative. Many persons had travelled quite a long distance when we had gone to this park. We found that the persons have come from very long distances and came to give us representation. In the existing cases, a large number of administrative overlap exists, which puts people in at inconvenience. Because if one constituency is having two districts, then the persons are absolutely at a difficulty to reach to the collectors or the MLAs for their day-to-day work. Tribals are for the first time given their mission. They felt that it is really a welcome step, and they also put their lot of views as to how this ST reservation should be done. Difficult terrain in some districts was not acknowledged in earlier deliberations because many persons are living on a very difficult terrain in these areas now, and they informed to the commission that their problems and difficulties were not acknowledged by the institutions. Though population is to be the main criteria for the delimitation, but attention must be given to geographical compactness, topographical difficulties, communication challenges, and the public convenience. These are also requested by various groups who had come from a different topography and the geography to give an. Some groups demanded reservations from specific communities and the groups also. This visit of the commission was to ascertain the ground realities of the unit area. As I told you that it is not a theoretical exercise, it is not a mathematical exercise. It was to know the genuine concerns of the public, to know the genuine difficulties faced by the public and in the deliberative process. Because this deliberation is being done after almost 26 years. Taking all these into account, the different demands and the representation of the persons, a draft will be prepared. After we have heard so many groups and the persons, a draft of the deliberation will be prepared. Inputs of the associate members who are part of the commission will also be taken before draft is made permanent. Thereafter, draft recommendations will be put in public domain for comments. This is a very important thing which I like to share with the media. That after hearing all these persons and after hearing the associate members also, a draft will be prepared which will be put in the public domain for their comments, for their concerns, for their particular thing. And only after seeing all that, the comments, on that particular draft, the final draft will be. So the opportunity will be given to the public at large to lodge their objections again on the draft which we will be sending, will be making, and again that only then the things will be happening. So our purpose of the commission is to take view of all the stakeholders in this particular exercise. This should be with all views which are possible on this issue. Only then we will be in position to the commission also had meeting the chief secretary of the UP today in the morning, and we have directed him to nominate one officer, not to the rank of KDC, to work as a nodal officer for the purpose of delimitation under the supervision of the DC. So that the person requires still now to give some suggestion. If they want to give some information on the delimitation, they can submit their memorandum, they can submit their presentation to that nodal officer. And by the evening, this will be finalized that who is the nodal officer in the office of the DC. And that will also be communicated, the presentation will be communicated to the delimitation commission for its consideration. So our purpose is that to have like if you have any suggestions on this issue, should give it to us. They can also send the suggestion directly to the delimitation commission. And because we have so many persons and so many persons still, if some more persons are to the suggestions, there are most people, and they should give it to the board officer or to the commission directly. And the commission will definitely examine all the representatives in this office. Despite administrative candidate, our work has gathered peace. With the support of all, the people of UP of Jammu and Kashmir, we are sure to complete the demarcation process in fair, transparent and judicious manner. This will be very fair and transparent that we can assure. We once again thank the people of the UP for overwhelming response during these 4 days. I also on behalf of the Commission thank the media present here at Jammu and personally from Srinagar for patient hearing, dissemination of information to the people at large, and constant support in this constitutional exercise. We have got a very important role in this and to disseminate information to the persons and the people regarding the media. Once again, I thank a lot. Thanks to all of you who have come here and give me a chance to provide the proper training. And all 3 members from the legislative side, Mr. Sharma, who is the State Election Commissioner, and Chief Electoral Officer of our state, Mr. Desh, they will always be ready for any suggestions, any concern to understand